Yeah, you should be good because you are here in the name of the Democratic Labour Party, the greatest political party anywhere in the world. And let me say this, let there be no doubt, they can spread all the rumors, but once there's something called the Democratic Labour Party, Lucy Sun will be there. They can spread all the rumors, because up north, we do not know anything called inclusion, and Lucy's son is not about inclusion. Lucy's son has a mind of his own, and nobody can include him. I want to say to you tonight that you would have seen in the newspaper that the Chief Justice of Barbados is now calling for a war force, and the newspapers have reported that as if it was something new. I want to say to you that when it was said on the floor of the House, the Chief Justice in a different role called it foolishness. And I am saying tonight, I have said to you that when I speak, they call it foolishness today, but 2 weeks after, they repeat it as sense. It is because they have no foresight. I said to you that anything you have to say, you can afford to tell the Barbados Labour Party. You can give them all the ideas in the world. They just can't implement it right. So you don't have to worry about bringing issues and ideas to the Barbados Labour Party. They just don't know how to implement anything well. So you don't have to worry. Look, I smile at them all the time. They wanted to crucify Brown for Tate. And what are they doing? Copying all the Brown for Tate ideas. But they're messing them up too. They mash up everything. So you don't have to worry about speaking about anything, because they just don't know how to implement. They can talk and they can go into the gutter. But we have always been the party of policy. We have always been able to look after the interests of the masses of people in Barbados. And we, in looking after the interests of the masses of Barbados, we included everyone. You see, they just don't know how to include everybody. That is why they have always adopted the piecemeal approach to everything. They believe that they shall walk around and find policies for two few, but not us in the Democratic Labour Party. Whenever we bring a policy to you, it's a policy for Barbados, but looking after the interests of the masses of people of Barbados. So don't worry about it, and don't be fooled by them when you hear them talking about they're building new hospitals and so on. But you know why they have to say new? They can't say second, because if they say second, they will redeem Brown for Tate. But we don't want the Barbados Labour Party to redeem Brown for Tate, because the good service in health was already redeemed by the people of Barbados, and they have destroyed it. And the reason why they will come and give the impression that people like Brown for Tate and them didn't know what they were doing is because they have finally recognized what a wonderful job was done in health by Brown for Tate and the likes of Brown for Tate. And let me tell you something. You see, I remember well when the commission inquiry started and that so-called lawyer started to say some bad things. I opened my mouth and I had to say certain things about him, because he wanted to create the impression that people in the Democratic Labour Party didn't know what they were doing when we sought to open St. Joseph's Hospital. But let me tell you something. St. Joseph's Hospital cannot be open anymore. But I want to tell you something, that the promise made by Brown for Tate for the north of the country will have to happen, because a second hospital has to come to the north of the country. And when it comes, as I said, it moved down over a year ago, you will get some nice sea breeze coming off the River Bay, etc. And health, tourism, and all of those things preached about previously by Brown for Tate, we will be able to implement in this country. I want you to know that we are not a one-foot government. The Barbados Labour Party, there are and will always be a one-foot government. When we spoke about the possibility of having 2 airports, they said no, it can't work. All of a sudden now, they're telling me in a small space that they will have to run with. You imagine that? I would like to know if they're going to put it in the car park or whether they're going to the north of the airport to put down the runway. Because they must have space. They must have airspace. And they do not have the capacity up there for that. But one thing, you can play with a ship, but you cannot play with a plane. You cannot stop a plane in the air and let down tourists. So if something occurs at Granny Adams Airport, what are we going to do with the tourists on that plane? We're going to send it as usual to another country? We have to understand that tourism is our business. And if we are developing the north, we are not asking for the same thing, that the same facilities you have at Granny Adams International Airport. All we are asking for an international runway with the appropriate buildings to ensure that when you have a major problem at the airport, that you have an alternative for this country to continue to earn foreign exchange so that you can have a better life. And you know, when I said to them that it did not make sense to build Kensington, that it should have been a museum so that those people coming in for World Cup cricket could pay a fee to see where Gary Sobers, Sir Gary and all of them play cricket. They said it was foolishness. After the World Cup, Prime Minister Ashley is at North Stars negotiating with North Stars because you now understand that they lost real money during World Cup. When I said to them, if you don't want to do it for me, do it for the taxi men. Oh no. You know what you got? You got tourists walking for the Herbert to Kensington. When they should have been getting off the ship, getting taxis and going north, and more foreign exchange for the country. But then again, you can give them the best ideas, but they can't work them. They are what you would call an afterthought. After the fact, they can deal with the issue. And that is why tonight I am here speaking in the name of the Democratic Labour Party, the most progressive political party ever to be formed in this country. And let there be no doubt about it. You will hear all rumors, but don't worry about them. I am accustomed to rumors. But one thing I will tell you, when you are about to score 50 and you want 13 singles, you don't swipe. At 31, 71 from 2007 is what? 36? What a pro batting record. So why should I give up that to go and start and end it with somebody else? So let me tell you something. I know the rumor mongers. I know them well. You need not worry. I have faith in you and you can afford to have faith in me. Because this is an institution that I will protect. And I will protect it for anybody. Because the Democratic Labour Party is that institution that has created this Barbados to look the way it is. And we understand you. And that is why I can come to you anytime, I can speak to you. And I don't need a note. Because it is all about you, the people of Barbados. And it is your interest that I have to protect. Persons like myself do not have a cost. Can't be bought. Nobody can fly in here in a suitcase and tell me push policy for them. But you can call me at home and talk to me. Like how I used to talk to Bravo Tate and Sir James and so on, and many others that I will not call names. People believe that I do not seek advice. That is not true. I seek the hands advice whenever needed. Because you, the people of the Democratic Labour Party, must be protected.